Today we're going to be seeing how much of the world we can get into our power block and conquer without going high infamy and without exploits. I've set up the budget and stuff. We're going to start out with a pretty typical war here, getting our Opium Wars treaty port and taking Beijing to get the legitimacy buff. We're also going to start out by researching cultural exclusion so that we actually can employ up the monument. That's a very early Victoria. Let's swap over government to something that is somewhat legitimate. They will eat their opium and they will like it. Oh, I forgot to take some Qing war reparations. Oh, we're gonna cancel these guarantees of independence because these countries are irrelevant. Portugal wishes to grant us foreign investment rights. Oh yeah, that reminds me, Portugal is always really easy to bring into the bloc, so let's start trying to work on that. China is now willing to accept peace, so we get our demands. The Opium Wars were completed. Opium Wars victory. The petite bourgeoisie petitioned to pass restricted child labor. I wonder if that's a thing we can realistically pass. Maybe we can. We'll give it a shot. Persia occupies Herat. We want good relations with them, I think, so we'll take the positive 20. Oh yeah, I forgot to show it, but in case you're wondering what decrees we're doing in order to grow our GDP in the early game, we're doing some greener grass in these states and a ton of decrees in the Midlands. I'm going to start bankrolling Persia, because I know sometimes you can sway Persia for become protectorate in these plays if you have good enough relations. You can get a free bankroll from the USA here. If you ask for it, then support the other side. USA should think that they're much weaker now, and it should, yep, it accepts our support for a bankroll. The London conference is going on. I think we're going to favor the 24 points for that 10 relations with every German nation. For our first principle, we're going to take vassalization 2 for 10 extra cohesion. Upper Canada is what's tanking our cohesion right now. Our relations with those will go up automatically. And we passed cultural exclusion, so that should mean the monument should stop unemploying and it will now start re-employing back up. At least it might take the pops a little bit to gain acceptance actually, but once that happens, we should be good. So now we want to go restricted child labor to make the PB happy. Oh wait, what? No, that petition is gone. Okay, I don't know how that happened. Okay, well I can't find the petition. I looked here and everything. They don't have a minus approval or anything. I'm very confused by that, but maybe we don't want to pass this then. I'm gonna declare to protectorate Bolivia since it's quite a bit of extra territory you get effectively for free since Bolivia has this other state here as basically part of them. We get a mass migration from Swarsburg into our country. The London conference concludes. Looks like we got 24 points. We get another mandate. I'm gonna go construction 1. We can make peace with Bolivia now. I think it's time to attack Brazil because we want to make them abolish slavery because we've got minus 100 or minus 10% influence because of them having slavery and minus influence, that's unacceptable. We need to be able to get everyone into our bloc. Speaking of getting everyone into our bloc, there's Portugal. I tried to start passing laissez-faire, but the labor movement absolutely destroyed me, so I'm thinking we need to start passing prop tax first. Looks like that's going to be a little bit more possible. We're having turmoil issues in some of our states, so we're going to go down a tax level, which is unfortunate, but it has to be done. That is not very nice, petite bourgeoisie. Ban slavery and war reps from Brazil. Now we get the last voyage here. This gives us 80 increased relations with the Brazilians here, or 80 here. So either way we get 80 relations. We'll take the 5% influence for 20 years. Saxony is a major power. That's some free influence right there. Let's also declare rivalry with Sweden and Austria because we want some more influence. Some could say I forgot to start colonizing Africa, and they would be right. That's a bit of a mistake, but it's not going to be too big of an issue. I'm pretty sure we will still colonize it all. We should really be going for quinine so that we can colonize faster. Brazil offers us an obligation to get a defensive pact. That's very nice. I would never forget to use my infamy. That would never happen ever. I'm very sure that that would never happen. Now Persia has declared on Kalat for some Wargle return Bomper, so we can get them as a subject if we just swap over our government to the Conservative Party, I think. Don't want to get the PB in. Let's go ahead and check out. Can we get them as a subject? Yes, we indeed can. That's very good. Now let's swap over to the most legitimate government again. We just got a mandate. We're going to go for external trade here because we want the extra influence in order to subjugate more people. Speaking of using influence to subjugate more people, it's time to start subjugating Mexico with influence and New Granada. I was gonna try to get the Belgians in the bloc, but they're in the French bloc. Maybe we need to go do a war to humiliate the French and stuff. Well, that's awfully convenient. France has declared a war against one of our subjects of the EIC, so let's go ahead and support the EIC real quick and make ourselves take over the war. And we're going to declare a rivalry with France. We're going to humiliate France. We're going to liberate Occitania. We're going to take French war reparations, the Brittany. We're going to really destroy France in this war. It's time to begin landing France with every single boat we have. All the landings of France must commence. Russia is offering to provide military assistance? Okay. Looks like France has a lot of their military over there in Pondicherry or something, because they've got not very much stuff defending Occitania, which is a little bit weird compared to what I'm used to. Looks like we kind of are just going to be able to get in for free. Oh, they've got some navies guarding up here, but it's not going to be enough to stop us from landing, I'd think. What? How are they winning this battle? What in the world happened? How did they win that? We have so many more soldiers. What? Okay, let's turn on extra supplies and stuff. Oh, never mind. We're winning the battle, okay. That's a little bit weird, but oh, okay, they've got soldiers down here now. Never mind. Let's cancel our landings. Okay. I'm gonna conscript some mobile artillery conscripts in order to try to make our army a little bit better so we can land the French mainland. Or they will just let us re-land them again. No, they've got troops magically out of thin air. Well, the Han National Movement is about to start a civil war. Oh, and this uprising breaks my treaty port in China. I've been trying to find a way to win this war against France for a while. Now that we're done with the Han uprising, we're gonna try landing France again. I think I can just land into Normandy for free. Wait, what? How do they have troops here? Oh, I guess all the troops that were demoralized get into this other battle? Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh, but we still managed to land in that battle, of course. That's good. Now we get some easier battles, right? Oh, but they've sent more troops back now. Well, oh, but almost all of them are trapped in that other battle, so maybe we can get in for free. Let's just turn on all the morale recovery PMs. Uh, then can we get good battles here? Yes, please. Can we just land in quickly? No, they sent even more troops to guard the tile. We finally researched Bessemer process, which means we can go for Baclau Von and Co., which is a great company. We should disband Great National Railway and replace it with Wood Company or something. Can we go laissez-faire finally? How's the labor movement's activism looking like? Yeah, it should be fine. Let's just give that a go. Put the industrialists into government and start passing laissez-faire. Yes, we're actually landing successfully. Yes. Okay, we're in Normandy. We're storming the beaches. Finally. Everyone in. And I've just landed in Picardy as well. Now we're just pushing into Paris. We've made it to Paris, so we're now enforcing on France finally. We get all of our demands, and France is now balkanized. I'm gonna replace construction with advanced research because I think that's gonna be more useful to try to go for various texts that are gonna be very important, such as multilateral alliances. I didn't have an interest for this rule, unfortunately, but it's a great power, so there's no chance we could have been able to subjugate it or anything. Russia's trying to protectorate Oman, so we're going to conquer Zanzibar so that they don't stop us from being able to do it in the future with that. That's not very good. Assassination attempt. Apparently Russia is at war with France and is trying to naval invade into their country. What's going on here? Is France helping out Oman? Yep. We can conquer Zanzibar now. Well, this isn't perfect. We would have hoped for a Heavenly Kingdom small enough to protectorate, but it's good enough. We will support the Heavenly Kingdom and help it win against China so that we can get some migration from them and stuff. Because normally China is on closed borders, but the Heavenly Kingdom is not, and they also discriminate against their people slightly since they are Protestant on state religion, so they'll have a little bit more radicalism. Hopefully that will mean that we get some migration from the Heavenly Kingdom. The Hindustan rebellion happens. Luckily, it's very small, so we shouldn't have to send over much, and we can focus mostly on the Heavenly Kingdom War. We got laissez-faire, so that'll help us out a little bit. Let's see, what company do we want to go for next? I'm gonna pick the Home Goods Company. I think it's an okay company, given we don't really have any other unique companies to select from. I'm passing interventionism to make the labor movement hate us less. Also, we are trying our very best to push out from Beijing to save the Heavenly Kingdom. Okay, I've set up 1,000,000 rapid advance generals. Hopefully that will help out a little bit. Yeah, we're disbanding our England army over to teleport it to the Army of India to help us out a little bit. Making good progress expanding out from Beijing. Might even make it to southern Anhui, which is their capital. Okay, we just front spaghettied. It's a bit of a problem. You please go to that front. Everyone else, I guess you can stay on that front. Okay. Okay, it's all one big front now. We really need to push to Sichuan. What do you mean it's two fronts all of a sudden? Okay, we're still on the right front to take Sichuan. Okay, we're making good progress into Sichuan. Very good. Yes, we're gonna reoccupy Sichuan. Good. We take back the capital of China, so Heavenly Kingdom stops capping, and China is capping. These troops really do not want to stay on this front. They really want to lose Yunnan for some reason, or Sichuan for some reason. Opium Wars, round 2. Okay, Heavenly Kingdom proposes peace deal. Well, unfortunately, we now need to take a treaty port on Heavenly Kingdom. Yeah, let's take a treaty port to complete the Opium Wars, Jay. Okay, they just accept. That works. Get the Opium Wars victory again. Let's take a look at Han cultural turmoil. Han has 24% turmoil in the world. That's pretty good. I'm gonna start deleting some construction sectors and start swapping up the rest to steel frame, or not. Don't do it all at once. Are you crazy? But yeah, we're gonna start swapping up to steel frame construction, although our balance isn't very good. Heavenly Kingdom's debt is increasing by over 100k per week, so they're gonna go bankrupt. We're gonna federate Australia and Canada, even though this does reduce authority every time you do it, I believe. It makes up for it in saving us some influence, and influence is very important in this run. USA is trying to take a Guatemala protectorate. I don't know if we can allow that. That's a lot of Occitans we're getting. We can get Brittany into the block. That's nice. Some could even say big nice. Easy French migration. Let's go. You can get Mexico into the block. Now we're truly owning North America. Some could say I've been wasting my infamy for half a year, and they'd be right. Classic Prussia v Russia war over the Baltics. I don't know why this keeps happening so much in my games. For vanquishing the revolution, we can either get 25 legitimacy for 5 years or 10% loyalism. Okay, I think we're gonna take the legitimacy, put this as our government, and then start passing public health insurance. War between Prussia and Austria over Bavaria. We can use an obligation to get Sardinia Piedmont into our block. We can get a protectorate on Brittany for joining them in this play. Just successfully passed public health care. That's very nice. We should start building government administration so we can utilize all this new public health care we've unlocked. Wanted to check out the Heavenly Kingdom real quick, and they are in debt, and they're also just recently declared bankruptcy. That's pretty good. Their prestige is below 92, which means they're going to drop to being an unrecognized regional power, so we can protectorate them. The USA is trying to open up Japan, but Russia decides that's not happening. Can we maybe get a bankroll from USA here? Yeah, it would only be 13k actually, that's not really much money anyway. Slightly cursed Tyrol, Bavaria. Unfortunately, the Taiping did not get down to being an unrecognized regional, but they are just going to be bankruptcy spiraling. Can we get a subjugation on this uprising? Looks like no, maybe though. I'm going to go for feminism because I want to get the feminist movement to spawn enlightened royalists and stuff to help us pass multiculturalism. Oh, here goes the German leadership war. What do we want to do in this? I think we want Prussia to win, just for the small chance that we can somehow get them weak enough to subjugate, and then that'll be like a huge subject. But I don't know how much we really care. Prussia probably wins anyway. Is there a way you can get a bankroll from Prussia here, realistically? It's 24 away. Do we have a reactionary movement ticking? Probably not, right? Yeah, there's no other governments we have. Industrialists petition us for free trade. Let's go for that. The Ottomans and Russians are fighting over Circassia, so I think now is the perfect time to do some liberations from Russia so that we can eventually get them into our bloc. Liberate Poland. Let's see who's going to join. Oh, Austria is allied to Russia. That's a problem. I've declared on Cosmid State, which Russia guaranteed the independence of. It says they might join, because you should get 25 sway acceptance from all ally here. Yes, Russia does join in. Okay, great. Let's put some interest into Dnieper so that we can lib Ukraine and put more interest just everywhere, really. There's a lot of countries we'd like to liberate. So let's start out with the obvious one of liberate Poland. I got Lib Poland, Lib Ukraine, Lib Kazakhstan. We can get one more liberation in. I guess we'll liberate the Don Cossack host. No, there's a USA, but it's bankrupt. But I want to support it for become subject, but we have super bad relations with it. Well, we'll just take an obligation from the revolt, and that will be better than nothing. Or not an obligation, a bankroll. Well, our landing into Russia is failing. Somehow the British Raj has gotten a successful landing and has sent in 1,000,000 troops. Okay, we're gonna land in Kovno, and then we can start pushing out, or Kaunas. Kaunas, I guess this is called. No, why does it call it the Ka whatever front, if it's not that, what? Moving our army that was defending against naval invasions into the Poland front, and we're gonna try to push out from there, because it seems like a more successful strategy. I'm also going to be massively expanding the army because I think we're going to need it in order to start getting our prestige up higher, and also various other reasons that we're going to need lots and lots of boats. Prestige is the other reason other than for beating wars. The Ottomans are landing France. You're telling me this is a major power? Wow. No subject for us? Dang. Okay, we should be able to land Ingria hopefully here. They only have 7 troops. Surely we can land before they send back what? Wow, they're so fast at sending stuff back, and we did not get that much combat with, so unfortunately we don't manage to land. Except we can just immediately start relanding, and now they have literally 0, which is better than before somehow. Nope, they've got, oh no, what, huh? Okay, we'll take it. And we get a peace with everything except for banned slavery and Cosmid state. Looks like we can. Yep, there we go. That's pretty good. Bunch of countries that we can eventually add to our bloc. Just got malaria prevention. France sides with the Congo. Okay, France. French war reparations. Humiliate French Republic. What else do we want? We could liberate more stuff, but that's not going to do much. You know, to really set an example against France here, we're going to conquer Normandy to reclaim our Angevin roots. And I guess we'll liberate Algeria and Corsica as well. Bruh, the Occitans have gone from minor power to great power? What? This GDP growth is too high. Our foreign investment is making Occitania go crazy. We don't even own much of their country. How is Occitania growing so fast? So, in order to win this war, we'll just quickly enforce military access on Brittany, and then move our troops over to the Brittany front, and that should work out pretty well. And Prussia's unifying Germany. Well, this will be a pretty big Germany if it actually successfully forms. There's quite a few mass migrations to the British Isles right now. And France caps out of our war now, so we have Normandy as one of our great states. These are some incredibly cursed laws. Cooperative ownership, monarchy, free trade, grad tax, going universal suffrage. Being a monarchy with all these other laws is so cursed. They collectively own the slaves. Oh, they formed Germany. Seems like the only interest group this can put a humanitarian on is the intelligentsia, unfortunately. It's gonna be a bit tricky to pass multiculturalism. I guess we can just give it a try, maybe. Can we get the intelligentsia in government without killing our legitimacy? Let's see. Looks like not really. The passing of multiculturalism is going really well so far. When Occitania is the #3 great power, you know you've got a cursed world. Looks like we've just unified Canada for the most part. Well, it doesn't have this little bit, but for the most part, that's a unified Canada. Good. And also a unified Australia. Put Canada back to being a colony, and we can do the same for Australia. And actually, that was probably a mistake, because we just got these guys as a subject, so they're going to be very disloyal for a little bit. So we finished multilateral alliances. That's pretty good. We're trying to get USA in the block as well. We aren't getting very particularly lucky with multiculturalism anymore. The Heavenly Kingdom is using corn laws! They're also about to go bankrupt, so that's going to be pretty nice when the Heavenly Kingdom goes bankrupt. Maybe they'll become pretty close to dropping to an unrecognized regional. I don't think they'll quite drop out, but it'll be kind of close. Finally, we passed multiculturalism! That took so long. Now, Han has over 15% turmoil, so maybe we can get some Han migrants, please? We just got the Oregon Treaty event, and we declined it. Looks like it didn't have any major repercussions for us declining it, so that's good. Oh, we get our first mass migration from the Heavenly Kingdom. They've also just declared bankruptcy, so I wonder if that had something to do with it. Their prestige is low enough to drop to unrecognized regional, but I assume that that's gonna go. Oh, they're an unrecognized regional. Um, hmm. Well, let's try to take advantage of this to get a China protectorate. Yes, I've got to save in case we somehow, in case China somehow becomes a power rank high enough for us to fail this war. But I believe in us. We will win and somehow protectorate all of China here, and that'll be great. Now, to make China more likely to back down, we're going to add Taiping war reparations and some revoke claims. Alright, we've added in a bunch of revoke claims, so hopefully they'll just back down. I doubt it though. This mass migration is so big. Let's go. England on top. Okay, let's see. Do you back down, Taiping Rebellion, or Taiping Heavenly Kingdom? Looks like the answer to that question is no. Let's set our strategic objective on southern Anhui, because that is the capital. So this convoy problem is a big problem. Oops, we do not have enough convoys. Wow. How do we fix this? Oh wait, I'm thinking wrong. The capital isn't southern Anhui, it's Sichuan. We need to push to Sichuan. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. They have 20 or 30 more prestige to go till they hit unrecognized major power. I think we can enforce in time. We now border Sichuan. And there we go. Oh, we have tech to research? Okay, let's go for improved fertilizer, I guess. Anyway, we can now get a Heavenly Kingdom Protectorate. That's very nice. Use our obligation to invite Ukraine to the power block. 95% success chance. Come on, Ukraine. Surely you accepted a 95% success chance. Or Chile, I meant. El Salvador, 91. I believe in you, El Salvador. Um, they decline. How dare they? Oh, we're now using the. This is the first time I think I've ever used the join power block war goal. Doesn't actually cost any infamy. Okay, we get Ecuador into the block. I'm gonna try to enact secret police so that we can abolish the monarchy without a revolution. The foolish Heavenly Kingdom has sent the market liberal agitator into exile. Well, we're out of infamy. I've got a bit of a plan to use up our infamy on something that's pretty useful. We're going to give some stuff over to the Heavenly Kingdom in order to turn them into a puppet. Then we're going to need to actually, Okay, we're going to use Tibet. We're going to grant every single Qing state to Tibet. Okay, we actually need to conquer Bhutan real quick so that we can grant the British Raj to Tibet as well. Okay, now that we've given these guys Bhutan, we can now feed the rest of the British Raj to Tibet. And we can now annex Tibet, please. Yep, there we go. There goes Tibet. Victoria Terminus. Yes, of course, you want to complete Victoria Terminus. Now, let's start incorporating as many states as we possibly can, because, yeah, this is going to be a lot of bureaucracy to incorporate everything, but it's going to be worth it if we can afford it. Let's start just spamming government administrations to try to be able to afford it. You know, we need more bureaucracy, so this is certainly one of the ways to get it. By the way, I've tried. There's no way to sway into this civil war, or not civil war, this war to get an Ottoman protectorate, even before Germany joined. At least that's what a stupid person would think. I offered the Ottomans a obligation to get a defensive pact, and we can now get a protectorate on Ottomans. I didn't think of this, but that's much better. Okay, we finally passed secret police. That's pretty good. Can we please can we do something to make the radical movement less big mad, please? Um, could fake pass something. What would be a good fake pass? Public schools. I'm gonna go for an annexation on Kokand. Well, that's an inevitable civil war. Actually, this civil war could be considered a good thing, though. It's going to incorporate all this stuff instantly, which is an absolute win. The reason it's an inevitable civil war is because we get 105% turmoil from, or 105% radicalism from turmoil. You know, actually, I think we could stop the civil war by passing Nat supremacy, but I think we're kind of just fine with fighting it to incorporate all of India and China. Oh, it even lost its support in South England, so its capital is going to be like the South Atlantic Islands or Ulster. Civil war is upon us. We shall destroy the rebellion. Let's mobilize our army, send it to the front, and we can mobilize a different army and prepare it or send it to the Canada front maybe. Slight grain shortage, that's gonna kill everyone in our country, but whoever said death was a problem, right? Russia and Spain have sided against us. That's slightly unfortunate, but we can deal with it, I'm sure. This army isn't actually gonna go to Newfoundland. It's just gonna land the back of Ireland, I think. Yeah, we're getting into the back of Ireland right now. They're experiencing quite a lot of casualties, which is giving them a pretty big war support drop. I just realized, since we're already fighting a reactionary revolt, we can probably just go past Parliamentary Republic and be fine. We've broken through Ulster and we've landed in Munster, so it's over for you. Easy steal of the Afro-Americans from United Sovereign Archduchy. Well, that's certainly one way to become a Parliamentary Republic. Okay, there we go. We're now good old Parliamentary Republic, and our leader is cautious. Let's go. Oh, and we just won the Civil War. Okay, that's not a good economy, you could say. You could say that's the worst economy in the history of economies, even. And all those statements would be right. So, yeah, it's time to spam all the government administrations in the world to solve this bureaucracy deficit. Yeah, I'm going to try to enact census suffrage to make the PB less mad and stuff. It's not actually enough to make the PB less mad, dang. Well, it's still a good law. You could say our literacy is low, and you'd be very right about that, but who cares? I'm trying to build paper mills to solve the small cost of to pay for all this bureaucracy. It's insane. It's so much money. I'm trying to spam paper mills to solve problems. I'm gonna conquer a bunch of states from Egypt, I think. Yeah, they're too big to make protectorate, so we're just gonna conquer a bunch of states from Egypt to use up some infamy here. That seems like a pretty decent way to expand our empire. Oh, Egypt backed down? Okay. We just upgraded from religious schools to public schools. That'll help out a little bit. We ban child labor. If we can get the trade unions in government, we can. And we can indeed do that, although it comes at the cost of not being a cautious ruler. Man, that's sad. We might have been able to get an Austrian protectorate here if it weren't for the fact that we have a truce with Austria. Okay, let's hop over to the cautious. Now let's just go ahead and do a quick little annexation on Dynam. Sure, you can be annexed. That sounds like a decent country to annex, right? Oh, Burma joined the war. Okay, time to get out of the Labour Party, put these guys back in government, and then conquer you with the infamy reduction as well. Wow, I don't even have enough maneuvers to conquer it fully. Unfortunate. Okay, we've passed compulsory primary school. Unfortunately, we don't actually have the bureaucracy to go up on the education institution, but that's okay. We're researching telephones, then we're going to do central planning, and then we can get the better PM. I'm going to start building Navy to inflate power projection for infinite prestige to start subjugating people easier. Okay, we're going to use an obligation to get a power block MC on USA. Oh, Brazil is down to a minor power, so they can now be invited to the block. So let's start getting stuff on Brazil. How close are they to becoming a major? They're pretty far, so we can get investment rights without any worries, I think. Guarantee independence. Is all of that enough to get to 200 leverage? Let's take a look. Yes, it is. We can get a two Sicilies protectorate. I just had to swap my government over. That's pretty nice. Swap our government back, I guess. Unfortunately, we don't have a cautious because I tried to make this guy our cautious, but unfortunately, we don't have women's suffrage, so we can't grant leadership to this person. Oh, they had bandit as well as cautious anyway, so that wouldn't have been very useful. Okay, we can use an obligation to get Brazil into the power block. That's going to mean we now have most of South America. In fact, we can now also invite Argentina, and that's even more of South America. I'm going to conquer Aceh. Spain is going to join against us. Then we're going to liberate a bunch of countries from Spain. We can call in an obligation to get Denmark into the bloc. Yep, there they go. Spain indeed sides with Aceh, so let's go ahead and liberate Catalonia, liberate Andalusia. The other liberates aren't really that good. Let's just like ban slavery and stuff, get their prestige down. Well, unfortunately, we don't have a very high chance of USA accepting joining the bloc. Oh, we just finished the central planning tech. Let's start building some electrics industries in various states and try to utilize those to start swapping up our government administrations to fix tax capacity. Okay, I'm going to propose an investment agreement. Hopefully that will give us enough leverage that we can have a reasonably high chance, and then we can just maybe reload to get it. I believe in you, USA. Just join my block. Come on, you know you want to. Yes, they did. Big nice. Now our block's reign over the Americas is clear. Also, Spain has been balkanized, which is great. I'm gonna move my market capital to Beijing. It gives us 16,000 spare convoys. Gotta love the reactionary movement. We're getting way too many radicals. It's becoming a very major issue. Why are we getting so many radicals, bro? All I wanted was a little bit of money from you guys. Okay, we passed mass conscription. Okay, I think we actually just have to go down a tax level. The minimum expected is just too bad. The naval bases for the Prestige are very expensive. Maybe I shouldn't have built quite so many, maybe. But also, it's not even increasing the world's prestige that much. Wow. Well, Poland, they're just permanently disinterested, so we're gonna invite them and then they decline. Okay, we're just gonna have to attack Poland, I guess, to get them into the block. Join power block. Um, yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Oh, I think the problem is actually unemployment. We need to solve unemployment. There's so much unemployment in China, it's insane. Yeah, this is actually the real issue. Healthcare plus China is not a good mix. I'm gonna start passing racial segregation to make the reactionary movement stop hating me, please. And the goal is once it gets down to below 5% support, it should disband or something, hopefully. So yeah, all these problems are being caused by unemployment. We really need to figure out a way to solve the unemployment. I don't think we're going to be able to. So yeah, that's a bit of a problem. Andalusia will join the bloc now. The socialist movement is only in Yorkshire? Seriously? So we can just like get a free reset on radicalism? I'll take that. Level 1 welfare, I'm paying 760,000 in welfare? That's absurd. Wait, I said 460,000? I'm at 760,000. Or did I say that? I don't know. Anyway, Polon, you're joining this block now. Sorry. But it is what it is. Poland's army is insanely big for their size. Oh, it's all irregulars or something? I don't know why its army power projection is so little. Let's enforce military access on Ukraine. Actually, let's just puppet Ukraine and then enforce mil access. And then let's just conquer Bornu, I guess, for our next war goals. Well, it's time to stop passing racial segregation so we don't actually pass it. Looks like the reactionary movement is still going, unfortunately. But what we can do to stop worrying about that is intentionally trigger the socialist movement. So to do that, let's see, we can start passing free trade, I guess. And let's put you as the government or something. We have no IGs that like free trade. What else could we pass to make the socialist movement mad? We can pass no social security, and that'll get it up to 100 activism. Oh, it's strike time. So, what's the thing for the strike? Let's see. Where is it? I thought I clicked it. What? How do I see what I need to fulfill? I'm not sure. I'm just going to start leveling the Social Security and Workplace Safety offices, I guess, and we'll see if we can figure out what we need to do. Ecuador just left the British Empire. That's unacceptable. Oh, bruh, it's a secession, so it doesn't reset radicalism? Why is this a secession? Okay, we can now invite Catalonia to the bloc. Big nice. The reactionary movement is back again, so we're going to start passing cultural exclusion to make that go away. Okay, we're gonna click expand workplace safety as our thing to do, and then we're just gonna do that, I guess. Oh yeah, let's reduce autonomy on New Granada and then enforce military access them into against Ecuador. Just ask for protectorate on Poland and they're gonna give it to us. That's gonna be pretty nice. Now we don't have to subjugate them using the power block interaction. Okay, we successfully completed the strike. It gives us, whoa, whoa, that's pretty good. Okay. We'll take 20% loyalism on laborers and peasants. Yeah, that's pretty good. I feel like I should have been more than that, but maybe I'm wrong. Well, that's surprising. Russia sides with Kalat? Okay. Liberate Belarus. Liberate. Do we have Siberia unlocked yet? Let's see. No, the Russians appear to not have researched the tech yet. So, I guess that's unfortunate. But we will just liberate a couple of things from you, Russia. You gotta love the double front bug. I don't know how this bug happens, but it's very annoying. Non-cooperation in British Raj, that's just not acceptable. You can't not cooperate. That's just not a valid thing to do. You know, you get a little bit of authority for annexing those. There's so much authority per subject from all the Indian subjects, it's insane. You get so much authority. Anyway, is there any good consumption taxes we can put on here? They all kind of target the poor is the problem. Put on a couple. Okay, the war is nearly over. Apparently Kathiri is leading the war for some reason. That's definitely making sense. Yep. Okay. Well, anyway, we can now peace out with Russia. And they lose Ural, Belarus, and the Far East. Apparently we have 6 out of 5 companies. We must have stolen companies from annexing people. Russia's dropping to minor power status? For real? The fact Occitania is still a major power when like everyone else has dropped out of it is pretty weird. Okay, the radical movement is finally pressuring the intelligentsia, so we can now get this new cautious ruler, grant leadership. We need to add in an interest group weaker than them or something. That should, yep, we now have the cautious guy, so we can now deck wars for less infamy. So Austria is now 66 infamy. That's pretty good. Well, unfortunately, I tried fighting Austria for a final war because I'm running out of time for this video, but they became a major power before the war could escalate. Somehow Persia's independent. I'm not really sure what happened. I assume that there's some Diploplay I didn't join of theirs. You can see the truce ran out like a little bit ago. I don't have a save from before this happened, unfortunately. So that's just how it is going to be, I guess. Well, it's not as much as I would have hoped to take over, but this is okay.